wherever else we're raining down death on indigenous innocent people from predator drones. Again, I thank you for your time and consideration. We still have time to think this through and come up with the best overall solution. With sincere appreciation, me. Now, basically, I know people are scared. I know this would be a big step. I know the IRS has sharp fangs and they snap and bite and bark. But think about it this way. A sheepdog keeps the herd together by snarling, barking, and running around. If the whole entire herd just bolted through the fence, can the sheepdog jump on, attack, and kill, and drag back into the pen every single sheep that escaped? No. Absolutely not. Can the IRS arrest and audit 10 million people this April? I'm not sure if you grip millions, billions, and trillions. You know, if they did 1,000 court cases a day, 1,000 tax cases every single day, what would it take them, like 10,000 years to try those 1 million just from this year? Think about it. The IRS is one sheepdog, and we're a herd of 350 million. Now, obviously, not all 350 million are tax withholding, adult income earning citizens of this grand old country. But even 100 million. What could the IRS do to a fraction of that? Individually, you're right. The sheepdog can run down that one sheep and freak him out and nip at him a little bit and either get him back in the pen or, maybe even kill him. But the herd would be set free. Now, obviously, I'm not advocating anybody sacrifice their own life for this cause, but I'm trying to illustrate the point that as a group, we would have tremendous power in this situation. And believe me, I'm a veteran of the truth movement. This is one of those issues I've put a ridiculous amount of time, energy, effort, research, pontification, consideration. I've listened to all sides of the story, and I'll restate this. Lots of the broadcasters and activists in the tax honesty movement are correct, and they go to jail because they try and tackle and run away from the sheepdog all by themselves. If we as a herd bolt out of this pen together, worst case scenario, a few of us get injured. Hypothetically. Best case scenario, the whole herd is set free. What's more beautiful than that? And again, this is step one in an amazing journey. Imagine if the IRS crumbled. Seriously, think about it. What do we all rail against? Illegal war, the phony campaign contributions, fractional reserve banking. This inflation, the rigged stock market, this is at the base of all of those problems. And if we could knock a large hole in the base of a lot of these problems, how long until that whole tower of issues just fell straight to the ground and shattered into 1,000 pieces? Think about it. I'm not demanding any loyalty or I'm not demanding you agree with me right away. What I'm saying is think about it. This is one of those issues, if we all had a like mind and put all of our energy in the same direction, it would be scary. The day we picked and you went to your employer and filled out your forms, exempt or no thank you or whatever, yeah, that would take some courage, wouldn't it? You'd break you out of your comfort zone. Somebody might call you weird. But think of the benefit and the payoff to humanity and your children and the next generation. The immediate solutions that would then just pour all over each one of us. Would they kick and scream and devote a whole evening newscast to the 12 people they rounded up and they're going to tax jail? Yeah, they would. Would those people spend very long in jail? No. It's the fear game. It's the sheepdog. The sheepdog uses fear to control the herd. If the herd would realize that, the sheepdog's outnumbered. In reality, the sheepdog should be terrified of 750 million hooves that could trample him immediately. But sheep don't bark, and sheep don't have sharp teeth. And, that's how that goes. I wrote another article that's not specifically tax related, but it involves the same mindset, the same kind of thinking that goes into the idea I laid out for the IRS. I wrote this on Monday, May 3rd, 2010, titled Flashback. Things are getting nutty. It's almost like they are trying to provoke us into an armed and violent revolution of some kind. We all know things have got to change. Protests are sweet, but let's face it, completely ineffective. The paradigm they have set up, you politically agree and join them, or you spend your energy rebelling against them. Joining them or fighting them, either choice gives them your time and energy. So what if we didn't play the game? In massively large numbers. Storming D.C. would only get that mob incinerated before it could get close to these criminals. Massive non-participation is the only way I see this playing out in our benefit. We could hope for a USSR-style crumbling, but I'm not entirely sure the Russians are any better off before or after the whole wall thing. We need these megaliths to evaporate, not change their facade. Anyway, I'm close to rambling. The point is, they are throwing so much at us. We are always reacting to them and what they've thrown at us. We need to change our way of thinking. We need to reverse that. We need to be on the nonviolent political offensive. My IRS plan, for example. We need to take our power back. Think about it. I know the IRS has guns and agents and handcuffs and arrest powers. But how have they gotten your tax money from you? By physical threats? Did they come take that power, that labor, that energy, that money? Did they come and take it from you? No. They used a barking sheepdog, and you willingly volunteered it. They've never directly threatened me or anyone I know. It's this overt, implied threat that if you don't comply, they'll get nasty. But what if we called their bluff? Since this is a solutions-based show, think about these ideas too. They're not specifically tax-related, but it goes along the lines of thinking about how we can be politically on the offense instead of, oh my God, they passed an unconstitutional law. Now we need to vote 25 XYZ party candidates in office to have them repeal it. We're always